Welcome to Games, Tech, and Geekdom. I'm Ryan, and today we're going to be taking a look at a Kickstarter project I backed called the TopJoy Falcon. It's an ultra portable 2-in-1 laptop, incredibly small. I just received it yesterday, so I've got it charged up. We're going to take a look at it. We'll boot it up and have some fun. But first, let's take a look at what was really promised. So you see the laptop, a pen, and a carry case. I did not go with that full package. I'm going to go here. Let's find what I was promised, and we're going to go down to there it is. Okay, so I got the Falcon 128 gigs of storage and the pen. Now let's take a look at what this is supposed to have in terms of specs here. So we've got Intel Pentium, a Silver N500, 8 gigs of RAM. I went with 128 gigs of storage, 8-hour battery life, active cooling, and a touchscreen. So let's get into a little more detail on that. Now this is a 2-in-1, so you can flip it around. It has a nice touchscreen on it. It's supposed to have a really good quality screen. It's supposed to be very nice. Let's see, on here on the page, these are kind of some comparisons of what you'd be looking at. So a little 8-inch screen, very, very small. And on here somewhere they get into a little more detail on the specifications. Here we go. So they're comparing it to a couple of other products. So they're comparing it to the GDP Pocket and the Surface Go. So 8-inch screen, a little bit bigger than the GD Pocket, CPU Pentium Silver. So this would be a little bit of a step down in processor, but more cores, more RAM, and 128 gigs of storage is what I went with. Of course, you could go up to 256. Windows 10 Home compatible with Ubuntu. We'll see how that is a reality later. A 1920 by 1200 screen, USB Type A and C, a anti-splash backlit keyboard, active pen, and 8-hour battery. I think they got a little more specifics somewhere here. Here we go. Just trying to find little piece. Oh, so it does actually have the headphone jack, which a lot of things don't do anymore. USB 3. And yeah, so that pretty much covers the 5800 milliamp hour battery. So that's what they promised. Let's take a look at what they delivered.
So I'm taking a look at the processor here. Just wanted to run CPU-Z and just do a little comparison and see what they promised versus what they delivered. So originally they promised a Pentium Silver N5000. That's not what we ended up with, and there's a little bit of a story behind that. They were having trouble getting a hold of that processor. And after they'd fallen behind delivery expectation, they went ahead and upgraded everyone to the Pentium Silver J5005, also quad-core processor. Technically clocked slightly faster. I believe they downclocked these a little bit to kind of get the heat and battery life to be the same. Ultimately, it doesn't seem to have had any real significant effect. Things seem to run really smoothly and very nice. So the next thing I want to take a look at, obviously the RAM is what they claimed it was, the hard drive is what they claimed it was. So the next thing I wanted to see was the battery. So I decided to go ahead and run the Windows battery report to see if I could take a look at the battery. And originally what was promised was a 5800 milliamp hour battery at 3.8 volts. And what we're seeing here is 2240, 22,040 milliwatt hour battery. That's not the same unit of measurement. Well, let's compare. Let's see what this really is. Okay, so I went ahead and grabbed HW monitor to take a look at what we were truly looking at. And the battery was showing right around 8 volts. And again, that is 22,040 milliwatt hours. So we're going to have to run that through a little bit of a calculation. Let's see, that comes out to, yeah, I'm not going to do that in my head. One moment. Okay, so I went ahead and just plugged those numbers in as a comparison. So 22,040 milliwatt hours at 8 volts calculates to 2,755 milliamp hours. 5,800 milliamp hours at 3.8 volts calculates to 22,040 milliwatt hours. So in theory, this battery should be comparable. We're going to have to find out if that's reality. Basically, what I want to do is find out how close I can get to that up to 8 hours. The up to is a really, really critical part of that statement. I have another laptop, my full-time laptop, that claims I can get up to 12 hours battery life. Realistically, I've never come close to that. So that's what I'm curious about. How close to that up to mark are they really going to get?
So here's what came in the box. What we have is an HDMI, mini HDMI cable, the TopJoy Falcon laptop, 8-inch, the USB Type-C cable, charger, and the pen. Overall, the quality of what was delivered seems to be pretty nice. This is actually a quality HDMI cable. The USB Type-C cable is not some cheap piece of garbage. It actually seems pretty nice. Even the charger has a nice little amount of resistance to it when you go to open it up. So it seems like they went quality across the board in terms of the extras. The pen, I'd put right on par, pretty close anyway, with the Surface Pen. And the laptop itself, well, it's very nice and lightweight. Certainly comes in close to that 1.5 pounds they promised. Very nice to hold, extremely lightweight, with a decent quality keyboard. I have noticed a little bit of a squeak on a few of the keys, and a lot of people have noticed that in the comments as well. So that is a factor that might actually come into play. On the side here, we have the USB Type-C connector, which is also the charger. We have our HDMI out for mini HDMI. A headphone jack. I'm not sure if that's a universal jack for headphone and microphone, so we're going to have to look. And a USB 3 Type A. That's it for the I/O on this unit. Now, I haven't had a chance to really play with the speakers or much else, but I'm about to go on a trip. I'm going to be gone for about a week, and I'm going to take only this with me instead of taking my full-size laptop. Quite a risk, but we'll see what happens. So in a week, I'm going to have another video for you telling you what I think of this in an actual use for about 1 week. Thanks for watching Games Tech and Geekdom. I'm Ryan. I'll see you next time.